Today, we talk about crabs and a weird dream I had. Crabs with guns, is what I meant to say.
We're also going to be talking about some movie releases involving Aquaman, Sonic 3 coming out, new Fallout TV series on Amazon, and Halo Season 2, which we all know that Josh is going to love. With that being said, let's get it.
Hello, welcome to GGrated. We hope you enjoy the show. Now here are the hosts.
Yes, welcome to the GGrated podcast. We are your hosts. I'm Joshua Gray.
I thought you forgot my name for a second there, buddy. Yeah, I'm
No, I'm gonna let you
and I'm
say your name.
Gino. What's going on, guys? What's going on?
What's going on? We got a jam-packed show of jam-packed jam things for
Guys,
you today.
Before we get going, though, let me just make sure to say thank y'all for stopping by. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe. Whatever you see, make sure you ring that ding-a-ling bell for us as well. And guys, we are up to 62 subscribers now. Appreciate every one of y'all. Remember, Josh made a little bet. Greg made a little bet over there. If we can reach 100 by the end of the year, we still have time. That beautiful hair of his that he is just swaying in the wind right now will all be gone. He will shave it. So, guys, help me out. Help me out. Make sure you hit that subscribe button.
Live.
We'll make sure we go live on Twitch. Speaking of, guys, everybody that's tuning in on Twitch, thank you for stopping in as well. We got a jam-packed show waiting for us here. And I'm excited to get going, man. What you think?
Yeah, let's get it. Let's get going.
Yep.
You want to go ahead and go into our gaming moment of the week?
Let's get it. So
let's go.
So
sorry, I was trying to play something that's not playing. Let's go. That's not playing either.
Do you feel like sometimes you can talk it out and it just and it'll just work?
Right? Go. It probably played. I just can't hear it. Anyways,
I'll start off with mine.
Our favorite gaming moment of the week.
I'll start off with mine before we go into how you got crabs on Crab Champion. Okay. I guess. I'll say I've been playing Sonic Frontiers. I don't know if you played much of it. Everything's in our library, but Sonic Frontiers.
I've been playing it some too. I'm on stage 2.
Awesome. I still got a good bit of ways to go. The game's been actually really nice on the Steam Deck playing. My gaming moment of the week for it was one of the bosses that you have to face is like a flying rug is how I consider it. It's like a flying rug.
I know what you're talking about.
And what I like so much about it is I was like, man, you see it flying around while you're kind of zooming around the island, which I really love how it's kind of open.
It gives you Zelda vibes.
Like it does.
Felt like I was in that Hyrule.
It's like a Breath of the Wild kind of Zelda vibe. Like he's going to run into Link or something, you know? So,
yeah.
What I liked about that boss specifically is the fact of when I'm battling them, it's like it turns into a long road that you usually deal with Sonic. Yeah. You know, when you're going super fast and you're going around the circles and stuff like that, and you're going upside down, that's what it turns into. And you just can't catch up to the front of it. It's very hard to catch up to the front of it while it's shooting stuff at you. And man, it had to take me at least 20, 30 minutes of running around, falling off of it, finding a spot to jump back onto it and hit a ramp. And it's just fast paced. It was awesome. I loved it. It was fun.
Let me ask you this. So did you build up all your rings before you battled it?
No.
A lot faster if you build up all your rings. Dude,
I saw that.
It's crazy. It's so easy to build up your rings. You just do a bunch of circles. Like you hold Y and then you do it like a bunch of circles and you keep on getting rings that pop out of the ground.
Yeah.
And you can build up your rings like nothing.
So what he's talking about,
does the little scene of him like opening his eyes and he goes all blue and like electric.
It's like a Super Saiyan, dude. It's like he turns into a Super Saiyan pretty much. But dude, what
makes that rug thing a lot easier to do because you're able to catch up with them a lot faster.
Well, see, I thought about that when I started playing. I was like, man, I can't catch up to this guy. And then I was like, well, I'm already on this thing. I'm already facing the boss at this point. I might as well try to beat it like this. And I did, but it took me a lot longer. I figured out later on, I was like, man, I could have beat him a lot easier if I did I have 400 rings max. So what Gray is saying is if you get 400 rings collected, it turns you into like a blue streak, and you get like so much faster, man. In the game,
and your boost is infinite too. Like it doesn't run out. You can using it,
which is perfect for that boss. But man, I beat that boss. It was a great time. I absolutely loved it. I played it all on my Steam Deck, so I have a lot further to go. And I'm sure later on in another episode, we're going to probably go into a little review on it and stuff, and let y'all know how it is. But so far, man, it's been a great game, man, to kind of go in between Alan Wake and Sonic. So Sonic's my favorite. I don't know if you know this, Gray, but Sonic's one of my favorite characters. You know, a lot of people like Mario and stuff.
You can tell by your Steam ID. He is.
Yeah,
because it's a picture of Sonic and he's going like this or something.
It's the speed, man. I used to be a running back. I used to love it. I love the red shoes. I love the speed, man. So it was great. But hey,
that's awesome.
Tell us about how you got crabs on Crab Champion. I don't know.
So there's a game on Steam called Crab Champion. It's $10. I would have never probably ever saw this game, seen anything about it. But my friend Daniel was like, hey, I've been playing this game. I believe he said it's a roguelike, which let me double check. Roguelike is a style of role-playing traditionally characterized by dungeon crawl. Kind of. So it's basically you're fighting against the environment. You're fighting against these like AI of different crabs and slugs and skulls, and the graphics and stuff and the environment look a lot like Sea of Thieves, but you're playing as a crab, and you go through these different levels to build up more points, to buy more stuff, to become more powerful, and to buy like bigger guns, and to fight more hordes of enemies. It's basically like hordes of like enemies on each level.
So if you're on Twitch, I'm going to play the trailer
or something like that. It would be yeah.
Let's play the trailer real quick and tell me what you think.
Similar to that. But right now, it's some islands.
It's pretty good graphics on there, though, man. That's not bad.
Coming in on a boat. Yeah, dude, it looks good and it runs really good. It's smooth. So you can jump and slide, and you get various weapons.
Yeah.
I think right now I got a rocket launcher.
I mean, look at that! A crab with a gun? Are you serious?
Fun,
how do you find these games? I mean, how do you even find them?
Well, it was my friend Daniel, who we're gonna have on the podcast eventually.
Okay.
But
dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, you traverse these maps and stuff too, while you're fighting enemies, and you're trying to get through all these different levels.
Is it multiplayer or is it like a story mode?
Oh, there's a dual mode. So there's not really a story mode, but you're basically doing different levels so that you can buy more stuff, and you keep doing that like over and over. You have to fight bosses and stuff.
Okay.
And you can basically make your crab stronger and stronger, and you fight more and more enemies. So there is kind of an end game to it, but you would have to play a lot to get all the guns and all the upgrades.
We have to play that now. We have to play that.
Dude, it's actually pretty fun. It's a fun loop, and it's action packed the whole time.
The thing that surprised me is the graphics don't look bad at all on that thing. It really doesn't.
Looks great. It looks a lot like Sea of Thieves.
Yeah.
Like the environment.
Yeah. And that's wild. A huge hit. That game's a huge hit with a lot of people.
Oh, I love Sea of Thieves. It was so much fun back in the day, especially when it was fairly new and there was a lot of my friends on. You're on a boat together and you're taking over other boats. It's awesome. We got to hop on there again one day.
Oh, yeah. I think we did it for a short time, and then we was like, we don't know what we're doing. But we got to give that a shot again, you know? But
for sure. But yeah, Crab Champion. It was only $10. You can probably get it on sale too, I would think. But it was a fun game.
Well,
and it's worth the money.
How much was it? If you don't mind me asking, you got it on Steam, right?
Yeah. So it was $9.99.
That's it.
And you can
I don't know if you mentioned that a second ago. I didn't catch it. I was about to play the trailer.
I did, but that's okay.
I'm sorry, but dude, $10, you can't beat it. I know you put it in our library, so that'd be pretty awesome to kind of get going on. You know,
we game share, so you can give it a shot.
Yeah,
and if you like it a lot, we can play together, and we do these levels together. Like,
well, I say this might be the first game that if you're up for it, maybe get a little stream going, kind of both of us playing the game, and
Yeah.
that'd be awesome. So
We could get my friend Daniel in there too. Like we could have a whole thing going.
we need to,
I would
man.
be down to
We
play
need to get
after
Daniel
this.
as a guest. You know, get some.
I know, man. I know. I was asking him like what game he would like to talk about. And I forget.
Is
what
it
he
Apex?
Said, but, probably not Apex.
Probably not Apex. Fortnite. Is he a Fortnite guy?
Yeah. He's the guy that plays a lot of excuse me. Got choked up on something. He's the guy that plays a lot of Halo with me on the side there. So we play a lot of duos together in Halo. And
that's right. He is the one always playing with you on Halo.
You used to play some Halo, but
what you saying, man?
Don't play anymore. So
what you trying to say?
Saying, I'm just throwing a little shade.
I think
I'm a shade.
Great. I think I'm a little salty at 343 right now because we was promised a battle royale, a BR, and we haven't got one still. I don't. I'm not talking about the community style. I'm not going to go all into it because I'm going to let you savor up how you talking so highly of Halo for when I talk about this next segment with the next season coming out of Halo.
And you're talking about the TV series, not the
yes, I am. So with that being said, you want to go into the gaming news?
Let's do it. Gaming news. Wow.
I like how your sounds ain't working. You're like, I'll do it myself. Leave it to me.
Do it myself. Yep.
Guys, the first we're gonna play. The first one's gonna be the Fallout, the new Fallout.
Yes. So you were trying to play this for me before the podcast, and I was like, no, wait for the podcast because I haven't watched the trailer yet.
Guys, I was
talk about it.
I was like, great, you gotta check this out, man. They got a new Fallout TV series coming on Amazon, and I started playing. I said, "Can you hear it?" And he's like, "Yes, stop it, please, stop it."
Stop! I gotta do it live. Do it live reaction to. Yeah.
But I'm gonna switch on over and let's play it for everybody on Twitch and YouTube. How about that?
Let's do it. So this is Fallout teaser trailer.
I know that I've lived a relatively comfortable life.
It looks like it's showing them inside.
It's
of the
showing
shelter,
Yep.
As you would start the game.
She's got a busted lip. I didn't notice that.
Who that actress is? Yeah, either that or a lip ring. Probably busted, isn't it?
Oh, look at the skeleton on the ground. Like people's died.
33.
You need to go home.
You know that's. What's that? The island, right? Standing out. Or what is that?
There's a giant bug.
You would be willing to
It does kind of look like Staten Island. Maybe California.
Todd Howard. He's the creator of.
And they're playing video games. Todd Howard. So it's kind of a desert environment.
Have to adapt.
It looks pretty dark.
Look at that.
Oh, there's a dog eating a giant roach. The studio behind the boys.
Dude, I love that because you know it's going to be funny at the same time.
It's going to be brutal.
Yeah, it is. Look at those ships though.
Those are kind of cool aircraft. They look like Ospreys. Shout out.
So they're flying around these deserts. It looks like Earth is more of like a desert.
Dude.
Yeah.
That's the mech outfit that you get. Oh,
a dog which is holding a bit off arm in his mouth.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, dude. So I was hoping they went more funny with it. Whoa!
Yeah!
There's a guy that looks like Red. What's his name off the Marvel movie? Dude who doesn't
has no nose. I think everybody from the Fallout series is going to know who that guy is.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not. Oh. So it looks like it does have some comedy in there.
It does.
One-eyed guy. And drinking some coffee and spit it out.
Some seriousness. Ooh, see that bear?
Oh, wow. Yeah. Dude. This looks pretty great. It also looks like it's going to be brutal.
Well, it is the end of the world.
Something stuck in her eye. Yeah, but you know, they can make it.
I love how the end of the trailer. I love at the end of the trailer they show like all the nukes coming down.
Nuclear war.
So you know what happens.
All out. Wow. I don't know kind of what tone they're shooting for. The tone kind of reminds me of The Boys a little bit.
So that comes out.
But also trying to throw in some comedy.
That comes out April 12th, 2024. April 12th,
Okay.
2024. So that's to me that's pretty exciting.
I saw some good actors in there. It had that one actor off of Justified who played the bad guy on season 1. He's great. He's
Oh,
great in everything.
see, I don't know the
I
actors
forget
too
his
much,
name.
but if they got some big name actors like that, it's going to be decent, man. I
Season
think.
1 Justified.
And you got some
Yeah, what's
huge
this
Fallout
dude's name?
fans.
So he played Bo Crowder in Justified. I saw him pop up. He doesn't have like a household name.
When he goes into that, let's go into Aquaman.
Walton Goggins played
There
Boyd
you go.
Crowder. Walton Goggins is his name. Great actor. Excited to see him. Okay, proceed.
You feel better now? Yeah.
Yes, I feel better. I had to find that.
Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. A second trailer was just dropped as well a couple weeks ago. But this movie is set to be released December 22nd of this year, 2023. So I thought we can kind of go over that trailer and kind of take a look out. I feel like
Sure, and
I don't know if this is starting the new universe for DC or not. I don't know if this is going to be it, or is this like ending the Snyderverse scenario? You know
what? I don't think DC knows either because they're so weird with their movies.
Amen to that.
There was no hype for this one at all. I didn't even know it was about to come out. I guess I've been under a rock or something, but
well,
baby boy.
Hey,
I don't know.
Aquaman is a good movies though. They are pretty good.
Yeah, they're good popcorn movies.
I can't wait to introduce
I
you to all
love
the majestic creatures on our
Jason
planet.
Momoa.
Yeah.
Great.
This world can be.
He basically
Yeah, you and
plays
me.
himself and everything.
Oh, does he have a kid? He has a kid?
Looks like it. He might have had him with what's her
Johnny
name?
Depp's wife or whatever.
In the bed.
With the devil.
Poops in the
That
bed.
must suck that everybody knows all your stuff.
My prison.
They threw out so much garbage, didn't they?
The key to this prison is the
Yeah,
royal
man,
bloodline
this
itself.
trailer is kind of a snooze fest. There's so much going on,
He needs
like they do in all
We're
these
the end of the
movies.
bloodline.
It's too much going on. Too much CG.
It's
I feel
too much. Like, yeah. Basically an animated movie.
I don't know, man. It's
Took Junior.
Of course, they're gonna kill his dad. Why do they do that? Hopefully, he's not dead.
but it's so much shooting and missing and
There's a lot of like underwater
Looks okay,
battles,
He'll
a lot
destroy
of
everything he holds dear.
colors. Like he's fighting
oh,
the mantis guy.
he looks way too CG.
Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom.
Aquaman.
Tickets on sale now. Rated PG-13. Only in theaters December 22nd.
Like a snoozer.
I don't know, man.
Looks like a snoozer.
I don't know about
just
that
not
one
as
too
pumped.
much. I mean, it's the same DC situation, and then now you're resetting, but they're saying they're resetting. But how can you go through all this and then all of a sudden reset it? What it is, can you tell me what the storyline to DC is right now? That old DC universe before they got rid of it? What was the storyline?
So they were building up to Darkseid. So I think originally they were going to build up to Darkseid. If you watched the Snyder Cut, and I think that was going to be the big bad. But they bring in too many bad guys that you've never heard of, or that are like not well known. If you're like
there's no
deep
backstory
into the comics, then you're gonna know them. But they always have a big bad at the end, and it doesn't feel earned. Like you just don't care.
Yeah.
They usually have great movies that start out great at the beginning, but by the end it gets stupid. I can name countless movies from DC that I was so pumped watching it, and I was like, wow, this is going to be a great movie. And then as the movie goes on, the whole kind of like narrative starts to fall apart, and it's like, why did they end it this way? What are they doing?
It sounds like you're a lot more
That's how I
vested in
feel about
DC. Is it just because you used to reading the
I like
comics back in
DC.
the day and stuff? See, I'm more of a
Well,
Marvel
I
guy.
think it
Is
started
myself.
out- I'm a like as far as that goes, my favorite superhero from the comics is Spider-Man. I have a lot of his stuff. I actually got 3 in a frame up there, 3 of the comics. But but as far as the movies go, I was super excited when Superman came out. I thought the first one that they did with Henry Cavill was excellent. I thought the fighting was something you had never seen before. Like if they made a legit Dragon Ball Z movie, that's how the fighting was in Superman. Looked
Yeah.
great. It just fit like it was amazing. And they did make some weird decisions in that movie, like when he decided to sacrifice his dad because of a dog. That was dumb. Like he
What?
watched his dad die just because his dad didn't want him to reveal that he was like some sort of special hero. I don't care who knows
Yeah.
about me being Superman. I would have saved my dad. That was dumb. That was
Everybody
stupid.
would. Anybody would. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, why are you just gonna watch him die? Like, that's dumb. But other than that, I thought it was a great movie, and I thought the bad guys were great. Um,
That
I
Snyderverse,
don't know.
the director's cut was amazing.
Yeah,
It was such a huge difference, man. It was the first movie I actually got sold on DC again. Other than the Dark Knight movies, that they had. But
it seems like they have issues with every movie. Like, they just can't get it together.
But I know this kind of turned into a DC thing, but let me say this too. It kind of bothers me because you got to put it on the perspective that not everybody understands, right? All the
Yeah,
backstories, all the comics for the general public. If you want to make money, and when you have 2 or
sure.
3 versions of a same Batman, that messes with people. They don't understand what's going
Yeah,
on. Even though the normal story of Batman is usually the same, you don't usually understand what's going on. Oh, why is this Batman? Why is there a new Batman? What's going on here? I thought,
right.
why is Joker alive? He was just alive in the other movie. I'm talking about to the
Yeah,
general public. To you and me, we understand, right? There's different
sure.
iterations and everything, but to the normal person, they don't. And I think that's what Marvel did so well, man, during the
Yeah,
Infinity Saga, is they kept the timeline, right? With the same people,
yeah,
the same villains, tied it all in
yeah,
together, and you kept up with it, right? So
yep.
hopefully
And
DC can get on track.
I actually heard somebody speak about this today. I was listening to the Core podcast, which is actually a really good podcast. It's a video game podcast, and they were on there talking about Marvel and how every Marvel movie is trying to build up and be the next Infinity War, but it's
Yeah.
not earned. Like, every movie's trying to be like Infinity War,
Uh,
but Infinity War was built up over what, like 10 years,
it,
and
it,
was
it was.
earned
It was a whole
and was the
decade.
height of Marvel. And now they're trying to build up the next bad guy, and nobody cares.
Yeah.
Um, Marvel, I think not just Marvel, but all superhero movies, there is a big fatigue with that. Like, we've seen so many hero movies that
Well, great. Can I
I
just
don't
say
know.
this real
There's just
quick?
kind of a formula that they're sticking to that's kind of getting old.
I think a lot of that has to do too with oversaturation, such as them going to streaming with COVID with Disney Plus and everything. When you do the streaming with Disney Plus and everything else, what that turns into is less quality. The Infinity
Yeah,
Saga was so much quality. The CG was great, but then you had like shows like She-Hulk and other shows like that just was not great. That you can obviously see there's a decrease in that quality. And I feel like that right there is like, oh, well, this ain't important. I don't need to watch this. And then they lose track of the
yeah.
story and they lose track of their attention.
I think I'm in the minority there because I actually enjoyed She-Hulk a lot. I thought it was fun.
I
Me
did
and my
not
wife
like it
both
at all.
were like, "This is great." She's a lawyer and she's a
Do you
Hulk.
think the
What?
CG was bad or no?
Crazy. No, it
I thought it
wasn't
was
bad.
terrible. I mean, she
And
twerked at the end.
no,
She twerked. They got She-Hulk
yeah,
twerking at the end. Come on, man. Like, that's
true,
not She-Hulk.
true. I mean, if you're like hanging out with your girls, you're gonna do some twerking,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah. Well,
Hold on one
guys,
second. My son just walked up here.
you're fine. You're fine. I just think, just to kind of carry on the last little note on reference to DC and Infinity Saga, I feel like if they can just maybe set a basis and a timeline with a story, I think it'd be great. So hopefully we get to that point. We'll go on to the second to last movie release. We had a teaser, Gray, in reference to Sonic 3, where it's going to be announced. Everybody knows it's not a secret that Shadow is going to be in Sonic 3. So I'm going to show that
little. You
little.
probably know more about Shadow than me. I don't have a lot of.
I don't know too much. I don't
knowledge of Shadow.
And I'll talk to you about that whole why that's going to be a problem after we watch this teaser trailer real quick. Here we go.
Here we go. Sonic 3 full teaser trailer.
Sir,
That's cool.
there's something else.
Me and my daughter are huge on these Sonic movies, man.
When we
go
were
to the
wiping
movies and watch
Robotnik off our
everything.
database, we found something.
They're great. My son loves them too.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
A
look at
file
the red
buried deep
Sega.
in the
That's
system and
weird.
dating back over 50 years.
It's based off of Shadow. Yeah.
What was
Isn't
it?
usually blue?
Yeah, it is.
I'm gonna turn this up.
A secret research facility. It was a black site, sir.
Sorry.
Someone worked very hard to keep this hidden.
So, can't really tell what's going on yet. You're seeing a lot of government facilities start to turn on.
Like something's happening. Now
My
you see
God.
Oh,
Shadow Sonic.
they have somebody in storage. It's Shadow.
Project
Is this like an
Shadow.
evil version of Sonic?
Yes.
I'm
In a
guessing.
way, yes. Yes. Like I said, I don't know too much about it either.
I'm the ultimate life form.
They actually make
I was built to do this.
Oh, they made Shadow?
Mm-hmm. That's it right there.
Oh,
That's just a
that was
teaser.
the teaser.
That was a teaser.
Shadow.
But this is the problem I have with this, right? They have a lot of pressure onto them because of that Mario movie that came out. That made, what, $1 billion, I think?
Which one?
The Mario movie that came out.
Oh,
I know-
the Mario movie.
Yeah, so they have
Yeah, it made
so
a lot,
much.
I'm sure. It was
They
great.
have so much pressure on them, apparently, on this movie. The problem is they're losing Jim Carrey on this movie, Dr. Eggman. So,
what?
yes, he's not coming back for this movie. So, I feel like they're going to have a lot of pressure with this. Now, they're doing a spinoff for Knuckles. And what I hope they do is somehow they bring back Dr. Robotnik, where you remember in Sonic 3 and Sonic 2 in the video games, where Knuckles is actually, I know he was kind of the bad guy at first on Sonic 2, but I hope they kind of do more of that. You know, I felt like they should have tied into that story a little bit more. That being said,
Well, he's a good guy now.
he is now, just like on Sonic 3, you know, and Knuckles, Sonic and Knuckles on the video game, he becomes a good guy, right? Well, on this one, though, not a lot of people are familiar with Shadow because it came after the Sega Genesis. You see what I'm saying? So that's why a lot of
Was
people.
it part of the TV series or something? 'Cause
Part
I
of-
don't remember him in the game.
Yeah, TV series is part of the video games in reference to like
And the other video games that
Sega
come out
CD,
on, like,
yeah.
Xbox and stuff.
Yes. So it's a huge guy. He's awesome now. Like if you ever look into him, I can't really say enough about him, you know, too much. I just know that he is like the arch nemesis of Sonic. He's just like a Sonic pretty much. I don't know how it really ends, so it's going to be interesting to see how they kind of bring him into the spotlight. With me saying that, okay, if they want this to kind of show out more than Mario, I think they're going to have that problem because just like what you said, what's the first thing you said? Who is really Shadow? I don't really know too much. Like you heard of him, but do you know the backstory? No, you don't know the backstory. Do you know the backstory of Knuckles? though?
From the movie, I don't really know the backstory of Knuckles from the video games. I just know he was kind of the bad guy.
In turn, good guy,
at
right?
first
You still know more of a
And I read
backstory than a
here-
lot of people.
So supposedly Shadow got added to Sonic in 2001. He was an anthropomorphic black hedgehog appearing in Sega's Sonic the Hedgehog series. He first appeared in the 2001 installment of Sonic Adventures 2, the final Sonic game released for a Sega video game console. So it was late in
Sega
the system's
Dreamcast.
life that he came in. Sonic Adventures 2. I don't know if I've played that one.
No, I played
Sonic
it.
Generations is my favorite Sonic game ever.
Generations? Really?
Sonic Generations.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
If you've ever played it, it's on Xbox and stuff.
Okay. I played it. No, I
it's
played all the
great
Sonic
because-
games, even 1 and 2. And 1 and 2 is the best Sonic games you can play besides Sonic Mania, the new games. But
Sonic Generations, so it either goes 3D or 2D, and you go back and forth between both worlds, playing as two different versions of Sonic.
okay.
Great. Fun.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. With that being said, I think what is the release date on this thing? Sonic 3, December 20th, 2024. So apparently it's still on track for next December, 1 year next December. So
Cool.
And of course you keep the streak going with what you're on.
Sorry. We're just doing a lot of reading and stuff. I'm just like,
Okay. All right. So we're going to do, let's do this last movie then. Your favorite, that Halo movie. Let's do that. Real quick.
Okay, I'm going to go to sleep for real now.
You go.
I'm sorry.
You're like, I don't.
hating on it so hard, but I don't like it.
Tell them why, though. I know we kind of explain it. Some people that's been following us for a while knows.
Okay, I'm going to explain it without getting angry and getting all like being a caring about it. But so it's just not Halo. It's not my Master Chief. It's its own thing, and it's a dumber version, or it's a dumb version. I think the original Halo story was really
there he is without his mask on, right there, off the top.
It makes no sense. It's stupid. It should be. They should have treated it like they treated Mandalorian. That's exactly
man, it's still a good show, man. I still like it a lot. It's still a really good show.
It's not a good show.
It is.
It's not. Okay. We can agree.
Yeah. I mean, look how cool that looks, though, man.
Yeah, it looks cool, but it's how they put those cool parts together is poo-poo water. If it was something else, like if they called it...
Yep. So it shows a little kid, of course, looking up to Master Chief. Master Chief saving somebody. It's been so long, it's kind of hard to remember how it went, you know?
Yeah, but...
Oh! Got the sword and the...
Yeah.
A lot of sword fighting. Wait, does Katana look different?
Sci-fi stuff.
Katana look a little different to you?
I don't know.
You see the ring?
Halo new season streaming February 8th, 2024. Yeah.
Oh man, I can just tell all the excitement from you right now, man. I can just see it gleaming from you.
I think I'm so let down because I was so excited for it off the bat. Like when it was first coming out, I was like, yes, this looks amazing. It looks like they're finally going to do Halo justice because they've been trying to make Halo stuff like as far as live action for a long time. If you've ever seen the movie District 9, District 9 used props from a Halo movie that never happened. So there was already props made and guns and things like that that they ended up reusing to use for District 9 that they had built for the Halo either movie or like series or something, but it didn't happen. So they used those props for District 9.
What is District 9 about?
Multiple attempts to make this happen.
I feel like I know that show, but I don't know for sure. Like, what is that
District 9
about?
It's a great sci-fi. It's about the world has been, they treat it like migrants of aliens have came to Earth, and I believe they're living in South Africa, and there's like this whole new place full of these aliens, and they're kind of treated as migrants. I mean, they don't really have a whole lot of rights.
Okay.
And there's this guy that goes into their town to kind of interview them and maybe check for stuff. I don't remember exactly, but he ends up getting sprayed with some sort of goo and starts to turn into an alien himself.
Okay.
It's a really good sci-fi. Like that wasn't the greatest like explanation of it, but it's called District 9. It's intense. It's got that guy. I think it was his first movie. Why don't you look up the trailer for it?
What
Look up
is
the
it?
trailer for
District
District 9.
9? Yeah,
District 9.
let me
He's a South African actor who's been in a bunch of other things since then.
all right, I got it.
I
Let's
actually
check it
ended
out.
up buying this on the PlayStation Store back in the day so I could watch. 14 years ago. Holy crap.
14 years ago, you said? Is this it?
Yeah. There's, yeah.
Oh, I've seen this
Treated
before.
much like a documentary.
I've seen this before.
Get out of hand.
This was a good movie.
Well, let's just. Yeah. So they are not welcome.
They don't belong here.
So much money.
They
to
don't
keep them
belong
here
here.
when they
I
could be
love those
spending it on other
accents.
things.
I love
At
the
least they're
South
keeping them
African
separate
accent.
from us.
Turn this up.
They're not accepted.
A lot of bad things started to happen.
Yeah, so they're treating it like racism.
I don't know where they go. I must just go.
Yeah.
We're at the breaking point. People are living
Which
in
is a
fear.
real thing in South Africa too, by the way. So, like, I haven't been there. So I don't
Now you've seen them fly up to this spacecraft.
heard people talk about it. Yeah,
Africa. You're like, haven't heard. Oh, Peter Jackson.
But
Yeah.
you know, we didn't mean to land here.
Why
We
don't you
had no
just leave?
choice.
How do your weapons
Our
work?
ship.
We just went to go home.
We just want to go home. So there's some pretty cool fighting in this. This doesn't really show
just want
anything. It
everyone
doesn't
watching
even
this
show
right
the main
now
actor.
To learn from
Well,
what's
yeah,
happening.
I think that's him.
So they won't let him go home? I don't think I saw this, dude.
No, you need to see some of the action shots from it. He gets inside this mech and starts blowing people up.
What
They
ends
just
up
pop.
happening with it? I mean, it's a
It's crazy.
13-year-old movie, so I'm just
Dude,
interested to know.
It looks great. It looks great. Well, he eventually helps some people find some sort of fuel so that they can get on a ship and leave. And he eventually turns to an alien himself, like all the way.
Oh
Like
wow.
at the very end. Yeah, like it's pretty sad
I'm
at
gonna have
the
to
end,
watch.
but he ends up helping people, like helping the aliens kind of get free because he knows what it's like to be them now. So it's kind of that story of walk a mile in another person's shoes. You'll kind of understand their
Yeah.
plight and what they're going through. So it's that whole deal.
Dude, that's pretty good. I'm gonna have to check that movie out for sure.
It's a great movie. Speaking of that, speaking of sci-fi movies, man, I was gonna do a little GG-rated of
Yeah.
a movie that I've started, haven't finished. We've watched about not quite halfway through it, but so far it has got us hooked. And my wife was about to go to sleep last night, not because of the movie, but just because she goes to sleep.
Yeah.
And I'm used to staying up. And it's called The Creator. And it's about AI has been created in the form of different kind of robots, and they live together with humans, and they basically become citizens and all that. But then there's a nuclear bomb that's exploded in Los Angeles.
What's
And
with all these
after
shows and
that-
nuclear bombs? You know?
I know, right? And then after that, humankind is trying to wipe out all of the AI, and you feel bad for the AI too because they act human. Some folks believe
You
they're
actually
not
feel
really
bad?
alive. They're just
Do they have
Oh, dude, it's
consciousness?
sad.
Do they have consciousness? Like, are they
So
conscious?
you kind of go back and forth on humans think that it's just their programming, but
Yeah.
other people think like they're actually alive. They actually have a consciousness. So Asia has still embraced the AI and all of the robots. Like they work together. But of course, the West, U.S. is trying to eradicate all of them.
Like get rid of them?
So that they don't. Yeah, because they think they're going to
Take over.
eliminate humankind. So
that's what we're going to these days, aren't we?
Really good. Though.
You hearing this, Elon? I'm on your side, Elon.
Yeah. Real. Yeah, it's a wild, and it's kind of timely too because it hasn't been out long.
How
I
long?
ended up starting to watch it on Plex because.
Oh, is it a TV show? It's a series.
No. It's a movie. Like it came out in theaters and stuff.
Oh.
I think it just came out to where you can buy it now.
You got some episodes. You got some movies you get me to watch now, like tonight probably.
It's got John David Washington, who is Denzel Washington's son.
Oh,
is one of the main characters in it, and he's a great actor. He was also in Tenet as one of the main actors, and it's also got Ken Watanabe as another well-known Japanese actor who is great in everything. His one of my favorite roles he's been in is Inception. He was great in that, and he was also in The Last Samurai with Tom Cruise.
That's a good movie too. Yeah.
Yeah. So the creator.
Dude, you keep up with all these actors so well, and I'm terrible at names. Like I can look at a face and be like, "Oh, I know that guy." Mm-hmm. Like and like you're sitting over here like, "Oh, I know the name." You spit the name out, I know it. It's.
Well, there's this amazing thing. I have this computer right in front of me. I can just pull up the cast.
Like,
so I knew.
When you say, "Give me a second, guys. Give me a second."
Yeah. And I knew that John David Washington was Denzel's son, but I didn't know his name.
I didn't know Denzel had a son, man. I'm being honest with you.
And he sounds like him too. He's pretty.
Denzel Washington is one of my favorite actors, man. He is literally one of my favorites.
He's awesome.
And I hate, he's getting older, doing less and less. I think it's going to be sad when he's
doing those
voiceovers, right now.
No, he's doing that that series where he can kill people real fast. Like he has a watch and he times it, and he can like run through a bunch of people and kill them.
What? How do I not know about
dude, you haven't seen these movies?
No, I have not.
Denzel Washington new movie.
Time Runner?
Yeah, no, they're called The Equalizer.
Oh, I saw that.
The Equalizer.
I saw that.
1, 2, 3, and I think there's a fourth one that's coming.
You made it seem like he had a superpower or something, though. Like he had a claw, he could run through
him. Basically, does.
I mean, nobody could touch him.
Like run, but basically, like he can take out.
There's an Equalizer 2 that came out. You saw that, right?
There's a 3, I think.
Or was it Equalizer 3 that came out? I thought it was a 2.
I think it's 3. 3 just came out in 2023.
That's it. Yeah. I was working the theater and I saw Equalizer out, so it's okay. Did you know in Equalizer 3, the girl that he saves on the Man of Fire, Denzel Washington saves on Man of Fire, the little girl?
Dakota Fanning?
Yes, she's in Equalizer 3 with him.
Wait, that must have been the one that I watched then. Maybe
Man of Fire.
No. Yeah, I have seen Man of Fire.
That's one of the best, man. Training Day is still
sad.
The best, though.
Yeah.
You mess with
ain't got nothing on me.
Yeah. What's it say? Is it Joe? Who's he call out? What's his name? Joe. Joe. Remember. You can't do this to me, Joe. Everybody's probably hating on me right now.
Dogg? Doesn't he beat up Snoop Dogg?
I don't think Snoop Dogg was in there.
Out of his butt or something?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I believe Snoop Dogg's in it, and he's in like a wheelchair, and they pull drugs out of his butt or something like that. That could be something else.
It was just funny. I mean, it was just so perfect at the end of the movie. He's like, King Kong ain't got nothing on me. And he's like, Tom. Yeah. He's like, Joe, don't you turn your back on me, Joe. And they just all walk away with all these gangsters and everything. That was us.
Do you remember the movie Deja Vu?
No, I do not. I do not. Oh, I got something.
Denzel Washington. It's about a boat in Louisiana gets blown up, and these people come that are able to look back in time to try to see who the killer was. So he's able to go back in time and watch what's happening, but still be in our time. It's really neat. It's a cool movie.
I have got Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out as well. That sounds pretty cool. But Gray, I'm too excited to I know I'm kind of moving from that really quick, but have you been? I've been online and I've been hearing about this, and I just wanted to know your thoughts on this. Have you ever heard of the movie Shazam?
Yes, it's real. I've watched it.
Oh, hold on. I can tell by your voice that you're aggravated by it.
I am, because people are like, this movie never happened. And I'm like, yes, it did. I could probably find a scene from it right now on YouTube.
I don't think you're right. Okay, let me ask you another question. Do you think, what's his name? What's his name on Shazam? That everybody's saying he's not.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. What's his name is dang it.
I can't think of
What's that comedian? What's the comedian?
Just
Shazam.
Type in Shazam actor or something since you want to type so much.
Sinbad.
Okay, yeah, Sinbad.
But
so
actually, I don't think.
Hang on.
Shaq was in it. Right?
Okay. See, that's what I was getting at. So you're telling me
I totally just realized that right now, because I was like, yes, that happened. That is Sinbad is in that.
See,
but I just realized it just now. That's actually Shaq.
It blew my mind. I was like,
I just messed that up for you.
People were showing I already knew. People were showing VHS tapes and messing with them, AI generated or whatever, of like, hey, they're talking about two universes colliding and all this kind of stuff. And they were saying this, look, I have the VHS tape right here, and he's pulling it out of a safe, like he's keeping it safe or something that's worth money. And it shows Sinbad as Shazam, right? And then they're showing clips of him as Shazam. Like somebody went as far as generating him into that movie. But then I looked it up, and it says, oh, it's a big hoax and everything. And apparently, like you said, you was right. What we're thinking of is we know Sinbad from something, and then we know Shaq from Shazam, right? Like Shaq was actually in Shazam, was a genie, right? But it wasn't Shazam. It was.
So what was Sinbad in? Because there's an actual clip of him playing a genie. I'm so confused now. Now I get what's happening.
What is it? It's confusing two movies in one. Is what it's doing. That's what's happening.
What movie was
All right, so
Sinbad in?
Hear me out. The movie Shazam from the 1990s, starring Sinbad, was never a real movie. Thousands and others remembers this movie, but apparently it was never made. So although this movie does not actually exist, social media users have circulated an image in an attempt to fool viewers in believing it is real. I'm going to pull it up right here, okay? All right?
Okay.
You see Sinbad on the VHS tape, right? That I have pulled up. All right. So they're making that stuff up. The genie in the above display is somebody else. That's one image. It's a wrestler. But depending on when you grew up, the name Sinbad likely recalls memories of one of two things: either a popular 1990s comedian or a fictional sailor who had adventures sometimes involving genies. In the Middle East, it is possible that some viewers had conflated the two characters in recalling a 1990s era film about a genie. Sinbad himself did once host a show of the movie Sinbad in the Eye of the Tiger on TNT in 1994.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So there's a movie.
So here you go. Boom, right here.
Called Shazam.
Here's a simple explanation, Josh. I just want to throw this out.
Okay.
Simple explanation is that some fans are misremembering the details of another movie from the 1990s that featured a popular actor playing a genie. In 1996, Shaquille O'Neal ensayed the role of a genie in the film Kazam.
Yes. Kazam. That's it.
Kazam.
That's it. Dude, they totally got me. They got me.
They got me good. They got me good.
Like, yeah. Yeah, they got me.
So
it was Kazam, and I remember that kid there now.
Yes.
And I remember Shaq eating the eyeballs of goats or something.
So we all watched that. We all watched that as kids. Every one of us did, and we've been seeing these clips of that kid and his sister, I think, with in the attic rubbing the lamp, and then you see Sinbad come out, but they changed that on purpose. It's actually Shaq that comes out in the movie Kazam and not Shazam or Shazam, if I'm saying that right. So isn't that, it's just, it's a whole big deal.
Okay. Somebody started this 6 years ago then, because there's a thing that somebody made with Sinbad from 6 years ago that says Shazam official trailer #1, and it shows Sinbad as a genie.
It's a long ongoing thing, dude.
Clips. It's got clips from Shazam in it too, and it's also got clips from when Sinbad was protecting the president's son. I forget the name of that movie. Dude, yeah. This is a long running hoax. This is amazing.
And they got us on a rabbit hole.
They got me because I was like, I'm not even going to research this because I know they're wrong. Like, I was so sure of myself. What an idiot.
It made I watch Toonami all the time. I've seen it. It's probably came on Toonami sometimes. I don't know what they're talking about. You know?
Was it a Disney movie?
No, it just says DVD. No, it's not. It doesn't say Disney on there or anything.
I'm going to tell you, Shaquille O'Neal had some bangers, dude. Do you remember Real Steel?
No, I don't.
Or
I don't.
It was just Steel.
It's fake. It's fake. That's fake too.
Steel was no shut up. With Shaq.
It's fake.
It's called.
It's all fake. Your whole life is fake. We're living. We're living in a simulation right now. Do you know that?
Gosh, it's a great movie, by the way.
Steel.
You should watch it.
Is it Steel? A great movie.
He has armor and he's got a hammer and he beats up people. Great.
Does he beat Steel? Okay, I'm done. I'm sorry. I'll quit.
No, that was awesome. I'm glad you revealed that to me because I was mistaken.
Yeah. Well, with that is all the
an eye-opening podcast.
Guys, I hope y'all enjoyed that for sure, man, with all the movies. But they got some bangers coming out though, man. House of the Dragon season 2 is also coming out. So I'm excited about that. I'm a huge Game of Thrones fan, except for season 7. I gotta put that excerpt in there. But House of the Dragon season 1 was amazing. Season 2 is coming out hopefully next year, by September, I think. So I'm super excited about that as well.
Nice.
But with that being said, man, you got anything else you want to go over or what?
No, dude, I think that's it.
I think we had an awesome show, man. I think we went over a good bit with some movies this time.
Talk about some movies.
We went over some tech before, went over some game, how it ties in with a little bit of Sonic. Playing a little Sonic Frontiers is kind of fitting right now with the new Sonic teaser getting released recently. So as always, Gray, man, it's great kind of hanging out with you, man, and having a little fun.
It's great hanging out with you too, brother. Enjoyed it, and we'll keep everybody informed on what we're doing next week. We're going to get back into some more games, probably go over some more movie stuff, but still more exciting things planned in the future. And if you need to reach out to us, if you have any questions, comments, anything you'd like to see or hear, reach out to us at ggratedchannel@gmail.com. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, all the things, Twitch. Check us out.
Guys, don't forget, 100 subscribers, Josh shaves his head. Hit that subscribe button. Keep following us. Thank you for stopping in again. We appreciate all the support. Peace out, guys. Thanks.
Goodbye. Shazam.
Shazam.
Kazam.
Kazam.
Kazam, y'all. Golly. Kazam. I'll tell you what.